Hi everybody, my name is Steve McGonigal. I'm Senior Lecturer for Industrial and Product Design here at Brunel University London. I'm also admissions tutor, so I'm going to talk you through some slides that describe our courses for you. Well, first of all, we have 3 industry-renowned undergraduate programs that teach our students about product and industrial design. The first program is BA Industrial Design and Technology. The second is BSc Product Design. And the third is BSc Product Design Engineering. And all 3 of these courses all come with an optional 1-year professional practice placement. We also have 3 postgraduate programs, an MA in Design Strategy and Innovation, an MA in Branding Strategy, and also an MSc in Integrated Product Design. But I suspect as you're watching today, you're more interested in our BA and BSc programs. So let's start with why study design at Brunel. Design is a balance of problem solving, creativity and technical skills, so it allows you to be both creative and practical at the same time. You learn to design diverse products, from large complex industrial equipment to small consumer items, considering user experience, visual language and also the functionality of the product, which is very important. Our courses blend technology and design, giving our students a more complete overview of the product design process, both considering the technical constraints, but also the opportunities that new technologies offer. We have an excellent employability reputation. In the Complete University Guide, it states that our students have a 76% employability record. The design department has extensive workshops, which I'll explain to you later on. Our students love these facilities and get a lot of experience building prototypes and models of their design products. We also have a multidisciplinary staff team balancing both international research members of staff with an industry background as well. And last but not least, we have excellent access to London as we're on the Metropolitan line. So let me just explain our course structure. You can see here that there's a number of grey boxes, and these grey boxes are the modules that all of our students study. In first year, they study Design Process 1, which is about exploring design process, design skills, and implementing these in a range of products. We also have Graphics Communication, which explores graphical layout, graphical techniques, computer-aided design and also graphics software packages as well. And we also have Materials and Manufacture, which is a module that explores material properties and the manufacturing processes required in order to use these. In second year, these modules are extended, so the students' knowledge is developed to greater detail, both in design processes and design communication and also design for manufacture. Then we have an optional placement year, and then in the final year, these modules all lead on to the major project or the design management module. Now, if you're a BA student, you study the modules that are illustrated in the orange boxes, and that includes modules like product analysis, creative engineering practice, and here this is where you start to learn how products are assembled, understanding some basic engineering techniques, and also, actually, as you get into second year, some Arduino programming as well. In the final year, you are taught contextual studies, which is all about understanding how the visual language is very important to design and how this can actually develop into a brand solution or into a set of visual language that helps the user communicate and understand the functionality of the product. The BSc modules are much more technical. We teach maths and electronics and mechanical design, and these are taught from a first principles perspective. And we also do programming as well. So you can see that there's a significant increase in the technology that is taught on the BSc programs. In the final year, the product design students focus on human factors so they can start to analyze their products from a user experience perspective and a user testing perspective. Our product design engineers, they develop a set of skills around computer analysis in terms of being able to analyze products virtually in the computer environment, in terms of stress analysis, fluid dynamics, that can all help to communicate and develop their product carefully. Okay, now I mentioned that we have a placement year, which is effectively the third year of the programme. Gives our students the opportunity to go and work in industry and get some very valuable experience. However, there is the alternative opportunity to be part of our exchange programme and go and study at another university. You can see there's 4 universities here on the screen. Some examples are San Francisco State University in the United States, or Politecnico di Milano in Italy. These are all options for our students to take part in. So let's describe the courses in more detail. Let's start with BA Industrial Design and Technology. This course is particularly aimed at students who have a strong, hands-on, practical approach to design. They are creative thinkers. They often come from a background in art and design or from product design. And they're particularly interested in social issues, in visual design, and problem solving through practical experimentation and evaluation, say making prototypes and models in our workshop. And a good example of this is this Pulse project done by a previous student of ours, Eleanor. This is a wearable device for people who suffer with POTS, which is an increased heart rate, and it allows both to measure that heart rate, but also to implement a small pulse that can then actually create a rhythm within their body and hopefully reduce their heart rate. So this is a classic example of balancing social issues, visual design into an exquisite product, but also developing with it a technology that can benefit the user. Some additional examples here are projects like Matt's cryosuit, which is designed to reduce the temperature of people who may be suffering from heat exertion. For example, if they've done a marathon. Here's another example of Mackenzie's modular sneaker, which has been designed so that it can be taken apart from a recycling perspective. And also is another example of a type of typical BA project where the student Samantha has developed an app and a set of graphical components and printed components that are designed to help children re-engage with nature. Now, if we then look at the BSc Product Design course, this is a course that is targeted at students who have strong hands-on creative thinkers again, but with a broad portfolio of both practical and theoretical skills to balance their creative understanding and knowledge. They generally have a background in product design, but that's also mixed with either maths or physics. And they have a strong interest in human factors, manufacturability, and also a strong and sound understanding of technology. And this is, again, a classic example of the type of product that might be designed by one of our product design students. This is Aero by Adjurul, and this is a product that is designed to monitor air quality in an urban environment, and the LED lights would change colour if you actually walked into an area where the air quality was poorer. So not only have we got a nice visual design of the product, we've also got a proof of principle technology model that demonstrates the functionality of both the electronics and the sensors. So for example, Adjurul could blow some smoke into this device and it would change the colour of the LED light. So you can see that product design is taking that next step towards a more technical product design solution. And some examples of this again are, for example, Gloonson's smart breastfeeding monitor, which seeks to record the swallowing sound that a baby might make in order to determine how much breast milk they may have drunk. It's much more difficult to see that compared to a bottle. So there was some interesting social exploration here. And then we have Anthony's modular electric vehicle, which is effectively an electric skateboard, which looks at the first and the last mile of commuting journeys and how to make that easier for the user again. And then we've got Hugo's incentive spirometer, which is a product designed to help children breathe better after operations. In his research, he determined that actually proper breathing after an operation can help children recover quicker. So this uses a couple of Hall effect sensors that spin around on an impeller, and depending on how hard you blow, will effectively control an app and through gamification encourage children to breathe better. Now finally, BSc Product Design Engineering. This is where our students have a strong academic background both in terms of maths or physics, but also a very good awareness of engineering principles. They enjoy mathematical problem solving as well as developing products iteratively. And they have a passion to explore new materials and new technologies. And this project that you see on screen is a classic example of that. This is a project by one of our students, Ruth, which is a cleft palate operations simulator. So this allows surgeons to practice the cleft palate operation, which is very complex. You want to be able to have some experience in doing this before you do it for reality. And so Ruth here developed the simulator, but also explored how materials could best represent biology. And this required quite a bit of analysis, both from a technical development perspective and also from a 3D modeling perspective in order to get this correct. So some examples of the BSc Product Design Engineering course are Bradley's articulated and modular solar backpack. It's a panel that fits over a backpack and allows you to charge whilst you're walking. Then we have Anthony's skate safe ankle brace, which basically supports ankles of skateboarders. And then finally we have an example like Ben's autonomous beachcomber, which is used to differentiate and collect plastic that has been washed up on the beach and differentiate between plastic and natural material on the beach as well, so that the ecosystem is not damaged. Now, I mentioned that we have extensive workshops at Brunel, and we do, and our students love working in the workshops. Not only do we have one workshop, but we have multiple workshops. We have a model making workshop, a woodworking workshop, a plastic fabrication workshop, metal fabrication and metal machining, and we also have a digital 3D fabrication lab. Now, all of our first years spend some considerable time in the workshops learning to use the machinery, so that actually at the end of their first year they have got a knowledge of the equipment and the processes in each of the workshops, and then that allows them to use the machines in subsequent years. So all of our students get the opportunity to prototype their products, to make models of their products, and understand the functionality and the physicality of the product. If you're a 3D designer, it's very important that you understand the physicality and the 3D aspects of the design. So just leaving it on the sketch or leaving it in the CAD screen is not acceptable. You need to prototype, you need to build to fully understand how the user is going to engage with the product and how the functionality is going to work. And we very, very much encourage our students to use the workshop. Now, student life and the student community is very strong here at Brunel. We have two very strong student groups, our Made in Brunel team and the Design Society teams. Both organise design competitions, sketching competitions, a 24-hour design challenge, which we've just recently finished, social events and also exhibitions. And during these events, industry partners are invited to come along and act as judges or engage with the whole activity. So we've got a number of images here on the slide. Two of them illustrate our sketch-off competition, and you can see the bottom image is the final round of the sketch-off competition, where 5 students are remaining doing an image of a transparent vase, which you can see illustrated above it. This was the winning image that was done in 20 minutes, and our students had a great evening. We had industry practitioners who came in to judge the competition, and there were some fantastic prizes awarded at the end of the evening. The other image with all the balloons is the launch of our Made in Brunel brand for this year. This was a fantastic evening, very much a party atmosphere, but actually sets the scene, sets the tone for the year to come. Showcasing your work is very important indeed, and at Brunel we ensure that there are many opportunities for you to showcase your work, particularly in the final year. So the first image is of our industry review evening, where we have our industry partners come in and review the project work that our students are doing, basically the progress thus far. They can then add comments and give the students direction in order to improve their work before they move to their final submission. We also have our famous Made in Brunel showcase at the Barge House in London, and this is a great opportunity where our students present their work over a number of days, where industry partners and design consultants and design firms around the London area come in and visit and hopefully offer employment opportunities to our graduates. And then finally, towards the end of the year, we select the best students from Brunel and we take them to the New Designers exhibition at the Design Business Centre in Islington. We have a prime spot there and it's fantastic to be able to demonstrate the work that our students can show. And what is really interesting is that we get a lot of feedback from our industry partners and people come on the stand that actually say how complete the projects are. They not only do they consider the visual language, not only do they consider the user experience, but also they consider the technology. And when you combine all three together, you have a very complete product design proposal. So, finally, why choose Brunel? Well, I've mentioned quite a few things here, but I can just summarize them for you. First of all, we have 3 industry-respected undergraduate courses. We have access to London and the creative community that brings. We have excellent employability reputation, and as I said before, 76% in the Complete University Guide. We have excellent workshop resources, which I'm sure you will enjoy working in. We have a placement opportunity between 2nd and 3rd year, which we encourage all of our students to take part in. We have strong industry collaborations with industry partners visiting us regularly, giving our students live projects or reviewing their work. We have an experienced staff team, both industry trained or from an academic background. We have a very strong student community with the Design Society and in particular Made in Brunel. And we have fantastic graduate showcases, including the Made in Brunel show every year in June. And hopefully you'll see that we have passion, we love design, and we hope that you will enjoy studying design with us. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed listening to what I've had to say. If you have any questions, please contact us at inquiries@brunel.ac.uk. Thank you very much for listening, and if you are interested in studying at Brunel, we would very much like to see you in September. Thank you.